Hi, my name's Tom Elliott and welcome to another financial markets update for Hodges Real Estate. Well, very good news for both property buyers and property investors this month. The Reserve Bank has cut interest rates in Australia to a record low. Worth noting though that during the depths of the global financial crisis, the Reserve Bank back then cut rates to what they called an emergency low of 3%. So, since the GFC, rates have now fallen a whole another 1%. What is also interesting about this rate cut is that although initially the Australian dollar fell about 1 cent against the US dollar, it quickly jumped up to over 79 US cents. Now normally when rates go down, foreign exchange rates go down too, but this time I think what's happening is the foreign exchange market is anticipating that this is the last rate cut. My personal viewpoint is that the Reserve Bank has decided that the Australian economy is potentially in bad shape. I think it could cut rates further, but it will only do that if economic growth slows appreciably. Okay, what about the state budget as well? Well, the budget has come out. Perhaps the news for property investors wasn't all that great. Like a lot of Labor governments, the Andrews Labor government here in Victoria wants to splash out a lot of cash on all sorts of things, but it sees a rising property market as one of the ways to fund this expenditure. Now in particular, it's going to be foreign buyers who are going to be tapped on the shoulder. They'll be hit with state stamp duty, which is around 5%, the new Foreign Investment Review Board tax, another 1%, and another surplus from the state government, a surplus tax of around 3%. That adds up to 9% on top of a property price if you are a foreign buyer. Now the real negatives I see here coming up are that the Reserve Bank might, and I stress might, do what their counterparts have done in New Zealand. In New Zealand, the Reserve Bank over there effectively rations credit to house buyers. So what they do is they tell the banks how much they can lend and to what sorts of buyers they can lend to. We don't do that here in Australia, but I do think if house prices, particularly in Sydney, continue to rise at double-digit rates, we might see the Reserve Bank stepping in with what they call macro-prudential control. So what about the local property market? Well, I've got to say there is no doubt now in 2015 house prices have taken another step upwards. We're seeing crowds at auctions, we're seeing a clearance rate now above 80%, and that usually is an indicator by itself of boom times in property prices. It is a very, very good time to be selling property right now. So if you're thinking of selling or would simply like an opinion of value, whether it be for your primary residence or an investment property, don't hesitate to contact your local Hodges office. Their assistance can only be of value to the whole process. For more, go to www.hodges.com.au. Thanks very much for your company, and I look forward to doing it again next month.